Hello, I'm Ed Miller. Welcome to Stand Up Strong, the political interview series. Today we have Alix Arthur Gayaud, who is running for City Council, Council at Large. First, I'd like to thank BCA for giving us the opportunity to interview these people so we can tell you who's running and why they're running. Alix, how are you doing today?
Hi, Ed. We are doing fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm happy you were able to give up your Saturday, or at least a little bit of it, so you can come and speak to us. And not just myself, but my people who watch the show
Sure.
and want to know why you're running. And to tell the people out there when you're watching this, we need to get more than 20% out to vote. These are the people who are going to run your city. All of them have reasons, and all of them have good reasons. But you have to know which one is going to suit you the best. So, Alix, in general, why have you decided to jump in the race?
Thank you for this opportunity, Ed Miller and BCA. And I've been living here for technically almost a decade. And I've been living with my family. I have kids. And I, a lot of time, ask the questions. What the question my kids will be asking me after 10 to 20 years to ask me, Dad, why is that you raised me in a city that it's very difficult for us to get involved and be active around the community? So what I did is that, like the last 4 years, I talk to people, I get involved in the community, I've been active and talk to the people. So they don't want to run, they don't want to put their voice out there, and I decide to run so I can be a representative for the voiceless. That's one of the reasons that I'm running.
Now, you mentioned that there's people who don't get involved because they don't feel included. Did I understand that correctly?
They don't want to get involved because they just don't want to practice politics, to practice politics like actively. So as I talk to them, they have complaints. And then I say, why not? Because I'm here, I'm raising my kids here, my family's here. So I say, why not? Let me just get involved and try to bring up what they are thinking and keep sharing with me every single day. But in a very low category. Let me just get up and run for office so I can spread the words for them.
Now, you brought up a good point because I don't want to get in politics. So you, as I understand, want to represent the people who don't want to get involved but want their city run correctly.
Absolutely.
Okay. What are some of the ideas and some of the issues that people have told you that this city is having that needs to be improved?
Based on our conversation, I definitely get a platform myself talking about housing, homelessness, schooling, transportation, and of course, public safety. One of the things that we talked for the last year, especially in the middle of the pandemic when we had the water bills increase. Like that's one of the things that people was not happy about it. I was not happy about it because as a person here in this very complicated situation, it's very difficult for us to pay our bills. Even we have money, we have to save because we have family. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or the day after tomorrow.
I know, I find that very interesting because we were told the taxes didn't go up on our water bills, but our water bills went up. So that was a very funny issue, or not ha-ha funny. What's the number one issue that you feel the city isn't doing correctly, as I like to say, to get us out of the 19th century into the 21st century? What do you feel is the number one issue that the council needs to work on to improve the lives of all the residents here in Brockton?
The number one thing I believe it's a lack of transparency. Because as a resident, Brockton residents, even like myself, yourself, Ed, this is very difficult for residents to know what's going on in the city hall and the city council as well. So, and as the legislative branch of the city, we have to work together with the executive branch, technically represented by the mayor. We have to as well communicate to the community so they can get involved. Once they know about what's going on, they will eventually get involved so we can be together to move the city forward.
Now, one of the issues that people bring up here in the city is the difficulty we have to get businesses to move in. Do you have any ideas where that system can move quicker? I've had many people who own businesses in other cities opened up, but when they come to Brockton, it seems like the time doubles or triples. What are some of the issues that you see that need to be changed?
Like, to be sure, Ed, we have to think about it like in a timely manner. We have to be able to have one office, one specific office, which if I am a business owner, I get into this office, I should be able to have all the supports that I need. I don't have to go to 1, 2, 3, or 4 different offices. I have to go on a specific place where I can get all of my help to get my licenses done as quick as possible. Why is the reason that if I go, for example, to Boston, I get all my requirements paper, I can get it in 24, 48 hours? It's all about performance. It's all about tax for our city. We have to definitely have one specific office so we can attract businesses which will have opportunity to hire people, and by this way they will have tax to pay the city so we can support our city budget every single year.
One of the things that I hear that people have issues with is, other than a few areas, like up at the mall, here in the center, down on the Ward 5 area, up where Massasoit is, and let's just forget right now the Kmart Plaza, which to me is a Sahara Desert of business.
Sure.
But let's take a look. A lot of people say, if they try to open up a business, let's say down on South Main Street or up on North Main Street, there are places where they can rent, but they have no parking issue, and that seems to be a big problem unless it's a big commercial area. Do you have any ideas that we can go where it would make it easier and find parking for people to open businesses down in the areas that are slated for business, but just can't seem to get any because there's no parking for their customers?
Parking is definitely a very big issue for a lot of cities all over the Massachusetts. So what I would say is this: we have to start working a little bit closer with our developer. We actually have to think about it and to plan the best, so we can offer the best option to our businesses. What about if we we get new development in new areas so we can have more people, and at the same time we can't have resolve this parking issue without thinking about public safety. Head Miller. This is because because in the Legion Parkway, as we can notice, that we have a lot of parkings that the city set up itself so that it can grab more money to support our city. We can actually get more parking like that all over the city, but it's all about public safety. We have to have safety and security, so everywhere people can eventually park their cars, they should be safe. They should be comfortable to park wherever they want to park, so we can bring more people in the city.
And you mentioned public safety a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the issues you feel that we're not succeeding at public safety? We're a city, over 100,000 people, so there's always going to be a small percentage of crime.
Yep.
But do you feel we're exceeding what the percentage we should have here in Brockton for the amount of people we have, or are we missing something to keep people safe if they want to go to the local businesses?
First thing, it's all about family, it's all about education. We have to invest more by educating people about how they have to behave around the streets, around other people. We also think about, but we can't solve the safety, the public safety issue without thinking about even homelessness. It's a like common sense solution. Public safety, homelessness, those are one of the things that we have to think about because homelessness, a lot of times, you park your car and then you can be in trouble anytime.
Yeah. Now you mentioned the homelessness, and a lot of people do agree, and listening to the experts, homelessness and mental health go together. In Brockton, and being such a small city and compact, we do have it right out in front of us. And there's no one I know, and I have to say 99% of the people live here in Brockton want to do something to help the homeless and also help the city where, again, businesses can move in. What are some of the issues that we're failing on dealing with the homelessness problem here in Brockton, where I like to say we can get out of the 19th century and get into the 21st century?
Yeah.
So do you have any ideas or any groups that are out there that are here in Brockton already, or we can try to bring in Brockton to help the homeless situation?
What I believe is that with a city with over 105,000 people, we have to think about homelessness by this way. We have to have emergency facilities, like we have to have mental health support, mental health detox support, substance abuse support, so we can bring finally food, safety, and security first to the homeless people. Because when they are on the streets, they are not safe. That's one of the reasons. When they don't feel safe enough, we will get it back. They will get it back to us. It's all about a projection. So when they are not feeling safe in the streets, they will put ourselves in a very difficult situation where we will not feel safe as they are not feel safe in the streets.
Now, we got about a minute and a half left. Do you want to tell my audience again who you are and why you're running?
Again, my name is Alix Arthur Gayaud. I'm running for City Council at large in the city of Brockton. I want to thank Brockton residents already for their support. And September 19th is election day. I humbly ask you to go and vote for and give me one of the 4 votes as City Council at large in order to be able to serve you. I'm ready for the learning process, and I'm so excited to help participate and change the city of Brockton for the better.
You brought up one more, something that came to me.
Sure.
Is one of the issues that we talk about homelessness, the panhandlers that are pretty much on every corner. What do you feel, and we shouldn't be having that, what are some of the ideas that you have that we can get that to stop?
As I said, it's all about education, communication, because a lot of times, even the homeless people, even ourselves, if we don't have the proper way that we have to behave around the streets, we will fail every single time. It's all about communication. The city hall, our leaders should be putting themselves together to offer us a communication package so they can sensibilize us so we can behave accordingly around the streets. It's not only about the homeless people, it's about all of us. So together, I absolutely think we can solve this issue if we put ourselves together and start working for one another.
Okay. Well, I want to thank everybody who's going to be listening to this and watching all the people we have who live in our city who are coming out to vote and coming out to run and help run your city. But the only way they can run the city is that you get out and vote. One of the big issues that we have is we're lucky that 20% will come out and vote in this election. And these are the people who are going to run our city. It's just as important as the national race or the state race for you to vote. We're bringing people like Alix Arthur Gayaud, who is running for council at large, who is willing to take his time on a job that doesn't even pay a good part-time pay, and it's a full-time job. I hope you understand. Yeah, I know you know that. You wouldn't have
Got
gone
it.
to this race if you
Got
didn't.
it.
And they're willing to give their time to help you. Get out there and vote. I'm Ed Miller, and you have a good day.